why did Jesus need to keep his scars? Why did Jesus keep his scars on him? Around 2,000 years ago, a man called Jesus was falsely accused of conspiracy theories. He was arrested and given the death penalty. Under the Roman Empire, crucifixion was used to teach the population a lesson. They crucified people publicly to teach them a lesson that you don't do such things under the Roman Empire. So Jesus was crucified. They put a crown made of thorns on his head. His hand and feet nailed on the cross. A Roman soldier pierced his side with a lance. On a Friday, around 3 p.m., Jesus died. He died. On Sunday morning, God raised him from the tomb. God healed all his wounds in 3 days. In 3 days. Everything was completely healed in 3 days. He was alive and well, walking around, talking to people in 3 days. After all that happened to him on Friday, on Sunday, he was fine. God restored all his strength in 3 days. God restored his senses, his brain, his heart in 3 days. But God did not take his scars away. Why? God could have taken it away. In 3 days, he healed everything. You can't tell me God can't make a scar disappear. He can. Why did God keep the scars on Jesus? He did it because scars became Jesus' badges. Scars became Jesus' beauty marks. So how about your scars? How about your scars? Maybe you've been hurt. You may have scars on your body. Or you have some emotional scars. But what is the benefit of your scars? What is the benefit of walking around with scars on your body? Let's find out. John 20:24-29. But Thomas, called twin, one of the 12, was not with them when Jesus came. So the other disciples were telling him, "We've seen the Lord." But he said to them, "If I don't see the mark of the nails in his hand, put my finger into the mark of the nails, and put my hand into his side, I will never believe." A week later, his disciples were indoors again, and Thomas was with them this time. Even though the doors were locked, Jesus came and stood among them and said, "Peace be with you." Then he said to Thomas, "Put your finger here and look at my hands. Reach out your hand and put it into my side. Don't be faithless, but believe." Thomas responded to him, "My Lord and my God." Jesus said, "Because you have seen me, you have believed. Blessed are those who have not seen and yet believe." He believed because he saw and touched the scars. Now you start to get the point why God left those scars on Jesus. It's because of people like you and I and Thomas. The first point I want to make is scars prove that we can heal. Scars prove that we can heal. The deeper the wound, the bigger the scar. Small wounds get easily wiped away, and we quickly forget about them. Just a scratch, it goes away, and we forget about them. But serious wounds don't disappear easily. Even after they heal, some scars remain on us for the rest of our lives. They stay there. Some of our scars are a result of a surgery, a fall from a skateboard or a bike, a kitchen knife, a piece of broken glass, or a threatening event like a car accident. Our scars prove that we can heal. It may have taken a few days or weeks or months to heal, but we were healed at the end of the day. That's why we have scars. Our body was created with the capacity to heal itself. And scars remind us that yes, we can heal. We can heal. As long as we avoid infections, new body cells will try to get back together. Our scars show that we have successfully been put back together. I have good news for you today. If you have a scar, that's good news. That means you can heal. Good news. If you have a scar, that means you can heal. It's something to remind you that you can heal. Let me tell you a story. I used to play soccer as a teenager. Don't just look at me like this. I used to be good at soccer. I know some of you don't believe. It's a true story. Most of the time, we did not use fields covered with grass. Our fields were muddy in the rainy season and very dry ground in summer. Very dry. So for us, being injured was a common issue. It was normal for us. One thing was sure. If anybody got hurt, it did not take more than 3 days to get back on the team and play again. Being wounded was not a big deal. As a result, we all have scars on our knees and leg. I won't show you, but I do have them. All of us who played soccer in those conditions, we have scars. Oh, some of you have scars too. Scars show that we can heal. It's not all bad. It's not all bad. Scars generate hope. They speak to you. They send a message that, look, your body can heal. Your body can heal. They remind us that healing is possible. And I'm saying this to someone who is still wounded. You still have a wound, emotional wound or physical wound. If you still have a wound, I have a good news for you. You can heal. You can heal. You can heal. Don't give up. Don't give up. You can heal. Healing is possible. And the second point is scars are proof of experience. Let's read this. Let's read again. 26 to 29 of John chapter 20. A week later, his disciples were indoors again, and Thomas was with them. Even though the doors were locked, Jesus came and stood among them and said, "Peace be with you." Then he said to Thomas, "Put your finger here and look at my hand. Reach out your hand and put it into my side. Don't be faithless, but believe." Thomas responded to him, "My Lord and my God." What is going on here? Jesus is proving his experience. He's proving that yes, it happened. It's me. I went through it. Thomas could argue with his fellow disciples, but not with Jesus' scars. Let me say that again. Thomas could argue with Peter. "Oh, you didn't see him. You didn't see him. No, I don't believe you. I don't. That is conspiracy theory. That is false. That is fake news." Thomas could say whatever he wanted to say against the disciples, but not in front of the scars. When scars were presented to him, Thomas did not have anything else to say than, "My Lord and my God, you are the one who went through it. You are the one I saw crucified." He acknowledged the experience. Your scars prove your experience. You know, people can argue with you on different subjects, but they cannot argue with your scars. People can argue with your theology. Oh, God doesn't exist. Oh, God exists. Oh, God is this. Oh, God is. They can argue with all that. But what God has done for you is your story. It's yours. Is you. You know it. You know what God has done for you. He healed you. People cannot argue with your experience. Your scars are there to testify, to prove that you've been through it. People can argue with your religion, but they cannot argue with your story. People cannot argue with your story. I've been through it. I was like this. I was like this. I was lost. I was blind. This is what my life looked like. And then Jesus found me. And today I'm healed. I've forgiven her. I've forgiven him. I've forgiven them. And look at me today. I'm a healed person. Okay, yes, I've been through it. But this is what Jesus has done for me. Argue with that. You cannot argue with my story. My experience is my experience. And Jesus proved it. Your scars tell your story. Again, another story. As a young boy, I used to jump a lot. No, not just jumping, like jumping. No. After watching an action movie, no, don't judge your brother. Don't judge your brother. Look at you judgmental people. My friend and I would go outside and run around and jump over almost everything we could find. Yeah, we become the superhero in the movie. One day after watching a ninja movie, I see your judgment is rising now. It's rising. I can see in your eyes. We went outside. Ninjas. We went outside. There was a tall concrete pole. Very tall one. That pole must have been really taller than me at my age. So with my friend, I decided to jump over it one by one. Bah, you jump. Okay. Jump the other side. And you feel like a ninja. On the other side, you show your friend, you see, I'm better than you. I went higher than you. I went higher than you. I went higher than you. Okay. Some of my friends succeeded. So they were real ninjas. And then it was my turn to prove how much of a ninja I was. I ran. I ran faster than everybody. I went higher than everybody. On my way back down, my head came in contact with the top of the pole. At the back. Oh, I remember the feeling. I remember I saw some light. I remember. Stars. I smelled some blood. You know, you smell some blood. I went down. I couldn't see anything. It was bad. Painful. Oh, I've hurt myself. You know what? That scar is still here. Today, if I'm talking to you, it was so deep that I was taken to the hospital. I was taken there. They tried to fix and it was bad. The ninja has become a victim. Don't tell anybody I said this. It's in between us. It's between us. It's between us. Don't tell anyone. But you know what? That incident made me wiser. So now, I don't jump. I just tell my children, don't run there, don't jump there, don't. Oh, it's coming from experience, from experience. If you tell your children to be careful, they will only understand once you show them your scars. Say, you see this? You know this? Okay, I don't want to become like that. Yes, don't do that. That's how I became like this. But your scars testify to your experience. You've been through it. Scars make you wiser. Scars make you stronger. Scars make you a better person. Scars are proof of what you've been through. They are a proof. But not all scars can be seen. Not all scars are visible. Not all scars come from surgery, a kitchen knife, or a sports game. Some scars are internal, and people can't see them. Some scars come from broken relationship, betrayal, or rejection. Most of us have experienced betrayal. You trusted someone with your all, you gave your heart to the person, and before you knew it, they betrayed you. You were left with a broken heart, scarred. But you survived. You survived. You are scarred, but alive. Some other invisible scars are product of our own bad choices. Let's be honest with one another. Let's be honest. Personally, most of my emotional and spiritual scars are the things that I could have avoided. They are from the things I could have avoided. But I made some deplorable decisions that left me with regret. So I have those scars. My bad decisions. Some other invisible scars result from things we've done but failed to forgive ourselves. So we did it, and then we just struggling to let go. We live with this permanent guilt and shame for the pain we caused to others. Good news. Jesus turns scars into beauty marks. He turns scars, your pasts, into a product he can use to heal others. Your scars can become a product in God's hand. Your scars. Beauty marks. So, they tell a story of what you've been through. What you've been through. We see it through your scars. And the third point is scars are proof of triumph. Not just a story, but triumph. Your scars are your badges. Not only they prove you've been through something, but also you survived it. Your scars are your new title. You are no longer the same person after you've been through an incident like that one, and you healed from it. You are no longer the person you used to be. You have a scar. You have a new title. You are a new person today, wiser, stronger than before. Paul says, Galatians chapter 6:17, from now on, don't let anyone trouble me with these things, for I bear on my body the scars that show I belong to Jesus. Scars don't just tell a story. They tell a winning story. They just don't tell you what happened. They tell you, I went through it, but I'm still alive. They don't just tell stories. They tell you an overcoming story. So if you have a scar, it doesn't matter where it is, on your face or on your back or mine here, I survived it. That's why I'm standing in front of you today. I survived it. You have a scar because you survived it. You survived something. Paul was beaten for telling the truth. He was put in jail. He traveled to dangerous places to preach the message of grace. His body was covered with scars. But you know what? He was proud of his scars. His scars show that he belongs to Jesus. And he's saying it. My scars are my new badges, title, identity that I belong to Jesus. 2 Corinthians 1:8-10. We don't want you to be unaware, brothers and sisters, of our affliction that took place in Asia. We were completely overwhelmed beyond our strength, so that we even despaired of life itself. Indeed, we felt that we had received the sentence of death, so that we would not trust in ourselves, but in God who raises the dead. He has delivered us from such a terrible death, and he will deliver us. Because he has done it, he will do it again. Because he has done it, he has delivered us from the danger before. I can see my scars. They are telling me, because God has done it, I know he will do it again. We have put our hope in him that he will deliver us again. Your scars are a message. Paul knew that his scars made him trust God more. No, they did not make him a victim. They did not make him a victim. No. Your scars don't need to make you a victim. Your scars are there to make you a conqueror, a winner. Your scars tell a story of triumph. He knew if God rescued him from danger before, he could do it again. I don't know which kind of scars you have. I really don't know which kind of scars you have. What is that thing that hurt you before? That thing that hurt you before, but you've healed from it, or you are healing from it. If God healed you from it, he can heal you again. He can heal you again. Your scar bears witness to God's mercy. If that accident did not kill you, then God still has a plan for your life. If that surgery did not kill you, then God is not yet finished with you. If that childbirth did not take your life, then God is still at work in you and through you. If you're not dead yet, it doesn't matter how many scars you have on your body or on your soul, God is not done with you yet. He's not. He's still at work in you and through you. Some people went through the same experience and are no longer with us. God kept you alive because he still has a plan for your life here on earth. Many people have gone through the same thing you went through, and they don't exist here on earth anymore. Why did God keep you alive? Why? The same things I've been through. I don't know about you. I don't know about you. I don't know about your scars. If you have some scars, it's good news. God is not yet finished with you. You have to overcome something to earn God's trust. And I can tell you, you have earned it. Don't feel inferior. Don't feel like you are worthless. No, what you've been through, all the pain you've been through, those are your badges. Your badges that God can use you. God can use you. Take your scars to Jesus. Why? Someone said, scarred hands can touch scarred lives. Someone is waiting to hear your story. Someone is going through what you've been through, and your story will prevent them from making the next silly decision they are planning to make. Someone may be struggling to trust people, but they can listen to you because they can identify with your story. They can relate, so they can listen to you. Your past is not wasted. Or even the bad decisions, mistakes you've made, they are not wasted. God can use all of them. Jesus will turn your scars into badges. Don't let Satan take your scars and start using them against you. Don't allow him to use your scars against you. God wants you to bring all your scars at his feet and say, Jesus, here I am with my past, with my mistakes, with my all what that I've done. Take it and use it. God is not just after your skills, is also after your weaknesses. God is not only after your money and your beauty. God is after your failures. Bring all of that to him. your fears, all bring that to him. See how he'll use them. God is not looking for perfect people who have never been scarred. Oh, only my wife. I've never seen other people who've never been scarred. Like a perfect. Perfect. Miss Universe. He will turn your scars into beauty marks. He will turn your scars into stars. These are not just slogans. It is the reality of life. He's done it with me. He can do it with you and for you. It's time to forgive yourself. It's time to let go of those who betrayed you. It's time to forgive those who caused scars on your soul, because there is a purpose for that. They gave you ammunition. They gave you something God can work with. Don't worry. Don't worry about them. Let them go. Let them go. They said things. They've done things to you. Now let them go. They gave you something God can use. Oh, in fact, thank God for them. Those people who caused scars in your life, thank God for them. The year it has been a great year. People who disappointed you, people who betrayed you, people who did all that they did to you. It has been a great year. Why? They gave you a reason to be used by God. I don't know about your life. Maybe you look back, you say, I've been there, disappointed there, hurt there. You've been hurt. Of course you've been hurt. I agree you've been hurt. You've been hurt by people. Yes, you've been hurt by people. Sorry, you've been hurt. For how long are you going to stay hurt? Is the question. Is the question. I do understand. I've been hurt. God wants you to take that hurt to him and say, God, please use this. I don't know how, but use it. He will turn it into something beautiful. Your scars are beauty marks. Imagine Jesus on the cross complaining about, why are you touching my hand? I want a clean hand. What are you doing to my hand? That's what we do. You don't want anything to touch you. They are talking about me. They are talking about me. They are talking about me, and I'm leaving. They talk about me. They talked about me. Oh, let them give you some scars. They are making you a general in the army. They are promoting you. They are promoting you. The people who talk about you, they are promoting you. The people who are hurting you, they are promoting you. Promoting you. You know what? That man who hurt you promoted you. That woman who hurt you promoted you. Why? God can use you with your brokenness. They give you a reason to be used by God. So you are here hurting. I have a good news. I have a good news for you. God is willing to use you, to use your pain and your scars. Please don't be ashamed of your scars. They tell a story. They tell a story. Maybe you think no one cares. No one cares about your scars and no one understands your story. Jesus sees all and he knows about your scars. So I have 3 things to suggest to you. The first one is, do not be ashamed of your past. Why? Because God needs it. Do not be ashamed of your past. And I'm not saying you should be proud of the mistakes you've made. No. It's one thing to be proud of mistakes. It's another thing to be ashamed of your past. Carrying the shame of your past is a burden that will slow you down. Don't live with shame. It's unnecessary. Yes, you've done it. Yes, it happened to you. Do not be ashamed because Jesus has taken that shame. Don't take it again from him. Don't be ashamed of your past. What happened to you. It's a scar. It's a beauty mark. Secondly, decide to forgive. You need it. As much as God needs your past to use you, you need forgiveness to let go. You need forgiveness to let go of your past. Forgive yourself, forgive people, forgive, just let go. Decide to forgive. It's a decision you will make to forgive. You need it. You need it. Someone said, if you don't bury your past, it will bury you. Be careful. Bury it. Leave it. You need it. And the last thing is, your story is your strength. Share it. Share it. Don't be ashamed of it. Share it. Someone needs to hear it. It's okay. You've done it. It's okay it happened to you. It's okay. God can use it for his glory. Why? Because scared hand can touch scared lives.